Good afternoon once again, racing fans. Welcome to Race Day Preview. It's Sunday racing. Post time is 12:15 p.m. We have a very nice competitive 9-race card. First event, it's a restricted allowance, 5 years and up, 8 declared. This race, I'm going to go with 4 of them, and that's 2 Princess Ifya, 5 Money Box, 7 Charming Sound, 8 Sky Rizzy. Princess Ifya, prominent for the first 4 furlong on last when beaten by Zulu Warrior and Princess Fiani. On that day, Princess Fiani ran a very decent race, but that race much better company than these. Prior to that, Princess Ifya finished second by 4 lengths when beaten by Kismet. Lemar Williams maintained the ride. I think this is a much easier assignment for Princess Ifya, and I think this is the horse they will have to answer to. 5 Money Box. Graduated to this company for the very first time. Ran well and last when beating the likes of Zyphonic Steel and Shine For Me. Nothing to write home about, but this horse is improving. Radish Roman maintains the ride for the 3rd consecutive occasion, and once Money Box continues to improve, I expect a very good run from this horse. 7 Charming Sound. Ran well on last when beaten 3rd by 13 lengths, Captain Phillips and Real Identity. Wesley Henry now replaces Jaime Henderson. Charming Sound is very fit right now, has some amount of pace. I expect Charming Sound to sit close to that front end and is good enough to beat these. Sky Rizzy, number 8. Ran well on last when beaten by I Am Interested. Enjoys galloping over the straight. However, this is 5.5. Sky Rizzy is coming to run once again. However, I'm going to go with horse number 2, Princess Ifya, who I think have a little bit more class than these, to get the better of Charming Sound. And for 3rd, the improving Money Box. And for 4th, take horse number 8, Sky Rizzy. Moving on, race number 2, restricted allowance, fillies, 6 declared, 5.5 furlong. I think I'm gonna go with 3 of them, and that's number 3, Duchess, 5, Native Flyer, 6, Margarita. Duchess finally released the maiden tag on last and beating Legal Flight and Altogether. Altogether came back and ran a very good race. Omar Walker maintains the ride for the 4th consecutive occasion. Duchess is improving, and I will not be surprised if Duchess should win this race again. 5, Native Flyer. Ran well on last, 4th by 7 lengths when beaten by Woman in Love and Enthusiasm. That's a nice little work. On the 7th of the 7th, 3 furlong in 38.4. Andrew Wright calls on once again. Native Flyer is very fit. I expect Native Flyer to run another brave race, although I think Native Flyer prefers a straight, but is improving now, and I expect a good run from Native Flyer. Margarita was all the rage on last when beaten by Danka. This horse is improving also. On the 7th of the 7th, 3 furlong in 37.4. Radish Roman now replaces Dick Cardenas. Picked up some weight. It's now up to 56 kilo. But Margarita is improving at the right time. and I expect Margarita to be fighting all the way. But I'm gonna stick my neck out and I'm gonna go with horse number 3, Duchess. Horse number 3 to get the better of horse number 6, Margarita. Then for third, Native Flyer, Riley J, in that order. Moving on, race number 3, restricted allowance 3, 5 years and up, none is a 4, 7 declared, 6 furlong. Very competitive race. However, the boys race down to 5 of them. And that is 1, Here Comes Doc, 2, Kismet, 4, Money Slam, 5, Papa Gray, 6, Arias Rain. Here Comes Doc. This horse is getting very fitter and fitter with each run. There's a bit of walking out the box. However, on the last occasion, this horse breaks and was prominent all the way. Was beaten by Strike Smart and Money Slam. Ryan Lewis maintains the ride. A fit looking Here Comes Doc. He's gonna fight all the way through. 2, Kismet, ran very well on last. Second by 4 lengths when beaten by Wayne Princess. The trip now increased to 6 furlong, which I think Kismet will enjoy. So fit right now, you can't leave Kismet out of anything. 4, Money Slam. This horse ran a blind run last. Was beaten by Strike Smart. Picked up some weight, however, from 50 kilo to 55 kilo. With Radish Roman calls on now, I think Money Slam is ready to put up another good run. 5, Papa Gray. This horse beats Always Right and Password on last. Much cheaper company. However, Papa Gray is very fit right now. Has a lot of speed, has a lot of pace. What is interesting about this horse is that going 7.5 furlong, Papa Gray carries 56 kilo with Aaron Chatry. Papa Gray is now down to 52 kilo. Although stepped up to non-reserve 4 for the very first time, I have to give Papa Gray a look in. 6, Arias Rain, very speedy. Was caught by Wayne Princess trying to steal home. Opens up 5 lengths. Was still caught. However, there's not much speed in this race. So I expect Arias Rain to go to that lead. And there's a possibility that Arias Rain could hold on. Money Slam is the horse to beat. However, I have a good feeling that this horse, Papa Gray, is going to create a mild upset. This horse is very fit. Do not underestimate Papa Gray. Like I said, step up in class, but this horse is very fit, very sound, has a lot of speed, have pace, and I think Papa Gray will upset this race. So I'm going to take a chance and go with horse number 5, Papa Gray, to get the better of horse number 4, Money Slam. For third, horse number 1, Here Comes Doc, Kismet, Arias Rain, in that order. This race can go either way. Very competitive, but I'm going to take a chance with Papa Gray. Moving on to race number 4. It's 3 years and up, claiming $1 million down to 800,000. 7 declared. I think this is a 2-horse race. And that is horse number 1, KP Choice, and horse number 7, Emperor of the Cats. KP Choice. Late run starter. Prior to race time on last, lame. However, on the 28th of the 6th, 3 furlong in 37 flat. And on the 5th of the 7th, strode 4 furlong in 54.3. Which suggests that KP Choice is sound enough. Robert Aladdin now calls on. Hiked up in the scale, 57 kilo, coming from post position 1, but KP Choice have enough speed and pace, can tack across, although have Jaguar on his inside, but KP Choice has enough class and can tack across and should be challenging all the way through. The horse I think they will all have to beat is horse number 7, Emperor of the Cats. One and last, beating Generational and Sugar Daddy. Radish Roman maintains the ride, enjoys galloping over the straight. This horse ran 59 already over the straight. I think Emperor of the Cat should go to that lead and hold off all challenges. And of such, I'm going to take horse number 7, Emperor of the Cat, to get the better of horse number 1, KP Choice. Then for third, Curlin's Flight. And you can slide a fit-looking Jaguar in the mix. Moving on, race number 5. It's a mid-condition race. 9 declared. I think I'm going to go with 5 of them. Yes, 5 of them. That's 2, Skill at Arms. 3, Legal Fight. 4, Secret Sensation. 8, Candy Girl. 9, Alchemy of Souls. Now, when I look at the makeup of the race, I see where Alchemy of Souls has an easy task. Very easy task. This horse race amongst much better horses. Alchemy of Souls has an easy assignment, and I think this horse should win this race. 2, Skill at Arms. Ran a very good race on last. Was seen prominent all the way through in that race with StarQuest. Is now back on lay 6 for the first time. Demar Williams maintained the ride. I think this Skill at Arms is improving, and I expect another good run from this horse. 3, Legal Fight. So it is stride on last when beaten by Duchess. This horse is improving. I expect Legal Fight to run another good race, and that race is good enough to end up in the winner's enclosure. 4, Secret Sensation has been knocking at the door. Finally, the door can open come Sunday. 8, Candy Girl. This horse was seen making mild progress in that same race with Midnight Runner and Secret Sensation. Shane Ellis maintains the ride. Trip now increased from 5 furlong to 6 furlong. Once Candy Girl report in that same frame of mind, I think this horse could be running on and might be good enough to get to the leaders. And like I said, Alchemy of Souls looks like a 5-star banker here. I'm going to stick with horse number 9, Alchemy of Souls, to finally put it across these, to get the better of horse number 4, Secret Sensation. If you're looking for an outsider in this race, look for horse number 3, Legal Fight, Skill at Arms, Candy Girl. Moving on, race number 6. It's a restricted allowance, 4 years and up, 13 declared. This race, I think, is somewhat of a race that any number can play here. There are some unknown quantities. There are some horses with a lot of speed. There are some horses here who are very short runners, and as such, you have to tread carefully. However, 4 furlong straight, I'm going to narrow it down to 5 of them. 1, Siempre Valente. 9, Speed on Wheel. 10, Radam. 12, Aplomb. 13, Dream to Reality. Siempre Valente. This is a first-time runner. But what is interesting about this horse, please to note, this horse is working much better than all these horses that we have seen already. Although coming from post position 1 and is carrying 56 kilo, Clive Lynch on board. You know, Clive Lynch is a very strong rider. And if you look at the work on the 5th of the 6th, 4 in 48 flat. On the 21st of the 6th, 3 furlong in 36, 3. And on the 29th of the 6th, 5 furlong in 103.1. Therefore, I have to give this one horse, Siempre Valente, a shot of winning this race. 9. Speed on Wheel. Will be all the rage. Shane Ellis maintains the ride once again. Was beaten by Linseed Market on last. He's back now. Working pretty decent. 6 of the 7th. 3 in 38 flat. Speed on Wheels. Has a lot of speed. The trip is just 4 furlong. I expect this horse to be on the front end and could hold off all challenges. 10. Radam. This horse not doing badly. It's a nice little work also on the 15th of the 6th, 3 in 39.2. And on the 5th of the 7th, 4 furlong in 48.2 by 102. Sneaky Fox is now called on. Radam is coming to run. 12. Aplum, very speedy, but this horse tends to shorten in most of her races. However, it is just 4 furlong and the cap is in this horse favor, 48.5 kilo. Compliments of Jaheim Anderson. Aplum will also be on the headline and could fight all the way through. 13. Dream to Reality. Somewhat of a disappointment. However, this horse have a late turn of foot. Ryan Lewis now replaces Robert Halliday, working quite decent also on the 5th of the 7th, 4 in 48, 4 by 103. If Dream to Reality decides to run, this horse can beat these. However, based on exercise report, and I'm just going only on exercise report, I am willing to give horse number 1, Siempre Valente, this first time runner. I'm willing to give this horse a chance to win this race. And I'm going to tip horse number 1, Siempre Valente, to create a mile upset, to get the better of horse number 9, Speeds on Wheel. Then for third, Radam, Dream to Reality, Aplum. Like I said, this race can go either way, but based on the exercise report, I'm going to take a shot at horse number 1. Moving on, race number 7. It's a maiden race, 4 years and up, 7 declared. I think Valley of Love is a banker here, but this horse tends to always find 1 or 2 better than Valley of Love, even when she looks as if she's going to win the race. So I'm going to go with 4 of them. 1, Valley of Love. 2, Lord Espo. 3, Bobbit, Wobad. And 6, Sweet Burn. Valley of Love, like I said, finally get a bunch of horses that she should be able to manage and win this race quite easily. But we all know Valley of Love is really a bridesmaid, so I will not stick my neck all out. But definitely with Radish Roman on board now, is the horse to beat. 2, Lord Esper was seen running on in that race won by Alkebulan on last. Could say he's improving somewhat. Visor now off. I expect another good run from Lord Esper. Bobbit, whoa, bad. This horse was seen making, we could say, some mild progress. 6 by 7 and a quarter behind Lucky Papa and Alkebulan. This horse is working pretty decent. On the 8th of the 7th, pace 6 furlong 128.1. And on Wednesday, the 9th of the 7th, gallop 4 furlong in 53.3. This horse is sound, so anything can happen in this race. And horse number 6, Sweet Bird, very disappointing filly also. A much improved race is expected from this horse and could end up in the winner's enclosure. But I'm going to stick with horse number 1, Valley of Love, to get the better of horse number 2, Lord Espo, Bobbit, Wobad, and Sweet Burn to close off your exotics. Moving on, race number 8. It's a maiden condition race. 5 furlong straight. 7 declared. I'm going to go with 3 of them. 2, Royal Maverick. 3, Papi Uso. 5, Bubbling Warrior. Royal Maverick. 4 by 2.5 and last when beaten by Midnight Runner and Secret Sensation. This horse, figure 8 on. You have no call for Radish Roman. I think this horse enjoys galloping over the straight. Royal Maverick should be given a shot once again. Papi Uso continues to get fitter and fitter with each run. Was in that same race with Midnight Runner, 3rd by a length. They have no call for Romaro Spencer. Take some of the weight off. This horse is now at 53.5. Omar rode this horse on the last 2 occasions. Papi Uso is coming to run once again. The horse I think they will haul off the beat is horse number 5, Bubbling Warrior. 3rd by 7 length when beaten by Woman in Love and Duchess. And last, on the 5th of the 7th, 3 furlong in 36-1. With Richie Shakes now calls on once again for the 3rd consecutive occasion. Bubbling Warrior, I think, is the horse they will all of the beat. But I'm going to take a shot at Royal Maverick. There's something tells me that this Royal Maverick gonna beat Bubbling Warrior. So I'm going to take a shot at horse number 2, Royal Maverick, to get the better of horse number 5, Bubbling Warrior, for 3rd, Papi Uso. I think Brilliant Mind can spoil exotics. But Royal Maverick, my firm choice in this race. Moving on, 9th and final. It's overnight allowance, 3 years and up, 13 declared. I'm going to go with 5 of them. 1, Captain Calico. 4, Atlantic Convoy. 7, Prince Aman. 8, Sensational Move. 10, Money Market. Captain Calico. This horse hasn't raced since February 25th, 2024. However, this horse raced amongst some good horses. I'm not sure what happened to Captain Calico, obviously. This horse has some issues, but this horse is back now. John post position 1. Joy Haynes calls on 48 kilos. If this horse can reproduce those back class that this horse possessed back then, could have a fighting chance. So don't totally overlook Captain Calico. Might need a run or so, but I'm willing to give this horse an outside shot. 4, Atlantic Convoy. It's getting fitter and fitter with each run. Stretches out the last 2 times, going a mile, then 9 and 25. Back now to sprinting. I think this is what Atlantic Convoy needed. And this is a dangerous horse. Radish Roman now replaces Wesley Henry. Atlantic Convoy is coming to run. Prince Aman. 3rd by 2 lengths on last, was beat by Measurable Joy. I think Prince Aman enjoys galloping over the 5 straight. Has already finished 58-3 with Roman already. So Prince Aman is coming to run. Ryan Lewis now calls on. Watch out for Prince Aman. Sensational Move. Very fit horse. One of the $1 million claiming company on last by 4 lengths, beating Rani Bangala and Ridge Liner. This horse is so fit, so consistent. Likes galloping over the straight. Sensational Move is coming to run. The horse I think they will all have to beat is horse number 10, Money Market. Beaten by California Crown and last. Much better horse than these. Drawn post position 10. Money Market should go to that lead and I think should hold off all the challenges. So I'm going to go with horse number 10, Money Market, to get the better of horse number 7, Prince Aman, Then for third, Atlantic Convoy. For fourth, sensational move. Rounding off your superfecta I5 with horse number 1, Captain Calico. And you could also slide Noblar. Some persons are asking for my best 2. So I'm going to go with Emperor of the Cat as one of my best bets in race number 4. And I'm going to take horse number 1, Valley of Love, in race 7. So my best 2 is Emperor of the Cat in race 4 and Valley of Love in race number 7. Looking for a little outer, I'm going to give you a little brata. Take a shot at horse number 5 in race 3, Papa Gray. That's it for me, racing fans. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Best of luck. Happy hunting.